Alright, y'all. So yesterday, God was dropping some bombs on me last night. And the one that I wanted to share with you guys was we really have to pay attention to, from the mother to the grandmother to the friends to the girlfriends. Because right now, Michael has this female friend that he is, he's being taught how to be friends with the gender that he's attracted to. And this is per what he said to me, that he wants a wife, that this is his girlfriend in the past, and now we are really impressing upon him friends first. That's the history. That's not, oh, you're putting all these things. No, these are based off of conversations with my son. Stop putting your reality into my reality. I'm just sharing my reality with you, but my reality is not your reality. That's for the people who, because there's somebody out there. I always got to give them a caveat, so there's somebody out there. Anyway, I'm reading their text messages because Michael is using my phone to communicate with this individual, and this individual is like very dismissive. He's like, I gotta go, and she's just like, and so, she's just saying dismissive, what I consider rude responses to him. And so his sister Adoy and I are reading these responses because everybody must be vetted by the family. Like, nobody comes into this family without being vetted, period. And that's the 6. I can't speak for anybody outside of my home, but anything that I birth, I need to know your friends. They got to pass through the mama and the sister and the brothers, and everybody needs to filter through these people and let you know what we think, and then you can determine after that. You can choose to continue the association, but I need to meet them. Anyway, I always think about healthy boundaries. Like, I very much control my environment, but I'm not trying to control your environment. I'm just saying, when you're in my environment, this is what I like my environment to look like. And if you don't have a problem with it, come on into my environment. But if you do, then don't come into my environment. It's a choice. But if you do choose, this is what I like it to look like. I don't see a problem with it. But anyway, so these messages, I was like, I need to screenshot these messages and send them to her mother to let her know that please talk to your child about how she responds to people, because this is considered rude. And if she's allowed to have a device, she's allowed to talk to people, so she's developing her communication style, picking it up from somewhere, but she's developing her communication style. So it's important, as the adults who are observing these things, to say, hey, this isn't the way that you should be responding to someone that you care about. Okay, so that's that piece. The other piece is, last night Andre came, we were laying in the bed, I don't know, it was in the middle of the night, and he just, did a huge, mine was much more, than his, but he did a huge sigh, and then he just laid on my shoulder, and something inside of me was just like, he just needs to feel loved, he needs to feel valued, he needs to feel safe and secure. He needs to know that he is everything to me. And so Spirit told me to, just hold on to him, rub his head, and treat him like I treat my sons. If my sons were to come to me like, experiencing something, I'm gonna, make them feel safe. And so that's what Spirit told me with our men, that we have to make them feel safe. Now, I get it. If your man is not doing what your man needs to do, why are you with him? That's on you. But if you have a good man like me, and I know you guys are like, girl, you just talk cash money shit about this man. I had to break away from him so that I can see him for who he is today. That is what needs to happen in these relationships. You need to somehow break away from the past so that you guys can move into the future. That's why when you see people get divorces and they get remarried, it's because they were able to break away from the past. The thing is, we don't know how to break away from each other together. And that's, when me and Andre, or Andre and I, were friends, we would just stop talking. Like, we've gone up to a year of bumping up against each other and then just stop talking. You can't do that when you're married. You're stuck. And so how do you break away so that you can whatever. So there's a lot going into the restoration of my marriage. It's really crazy, and it's not even that I think Andre has done anything. God really has done something to me and put me in a different mindset, to where I truly just am working on being in love with this man again. and not working on it like I'm trying. No, I am in love with my husband. I see him for who he is today in the loving space, and I know that he needs to be loved in order to move more into who he is to become. He has to feel safe and secure. And what Spirit is telling me is we got to stop talking stupid to our men. We can't go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth and think that we're going to continue to grow forward. I know that we feel that these are all the things that we need to say and do in order to light a fire under their asses. And to get to this space with my husband, I have had to say and do some things because, nigga, this is the way you used to be and talk to. Whoever raised you, whoever raised them, whoever was around you, talked cash money shit to you, and that's how they got you to move. So I know at some point within this raising of you within myself, I'm going to have to talk some cash money shit to you to get the results that I need. But we're beyond that now. Now I am in the space where my husband needs to be babied. And I know this is weird because it's just like, I ain't coddling no man. You have to coddle your man in order to get him to rise to his highest expectation of self. In order to get your man to sprout wings, you got to coddle his ass. But he has to be worthy of the coddle. My husband is worthy of the coddle. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing husband. You know, I see all these things. I see all these things within my husband today that I was too cloudy to see in the past because I was triggering his rage. The entities that I don't think that they're gone. I think they're still there, but I was triggering those by my behaviors, which then, you know, caused a whatever chasm between us. But God put me in a space of to no longer trigger my husband, but to actually love and support my husband. And in that loving and supporting my husband, he will now come into a non-toxic environment. And as he clears his environment, you're continuing to pour. This is God making the metaphor that I made a while back. Pouring dirty water into clean water. No, pouring clean water into dirty water only makes the clean water dirty. If my husband's vessel is not pure, if my husband's vessel is not full of God, but full of something else, then it is for me to demonstrate, and this is a bunch of different messages I've been hearing, so this is all confirmation, you know, it's for me to be God. Lowe's? Maybe they have what I need. I hope so. I don't want to go down to Home Depot. It is for me to be the best God me I can be in demonstration for him. And in that, he finds peace because I'm no longer his stress. That's why you be his peace. He finds peace. And in that, that's one less stress on him. And now he's able to not resist me because I'm like, you need to do this. You need to do that. Like, I was praying over my husband last night. I was like, I'm not going to tell you anything that well, you should stop consuming that 24 hours a day. Maybe consume something else. I'm not going to say nothing to him. I gave it to God. And one day my husband's going to be like, you know what? I stopped watching that. I don't need to tell him to do anything. I just need to go to God and love my husband. That's it. So that is what God gave to me, that you attract more bees with honey. You don't need to go like this on your spouse. You're not going to get what you want by moving like that. You haven't gotten what you want. Now, I know there's techniques and tactics. I'm at a different stage in my relationship development than you are, right? I've done a lot of work. I've been in this game for 2 years intentionally. So what I'm talking about, I'm talking to those people who have overcome, and now they're in the space of now what? You gotta treat that man like a baby. You gotta, come here, baby. Let me rub your scalp for you. You know what they want. You know what they want because you do it to your sons. You don't do it to your husband because he a grown-ass man. But what got the best from him with his mama is what's going to get the best for you. And hopefully his mama put him in some good training. My sons are going to be amazing husbands. They're in amazing training right now. Their wives are going to get the creme de la creme. But she better come with her A game. And this little girl that my son's talking to right now, she cute at 7, but that ain't legacy, baby. And I need to let him know, you can't even play with that, because if you play with that, you could get trapped up in that. You need to automatically identify that as a no. Red flag, you don't know how to talk to me.